Hello. Is anyone there? So it's my first time going live by myself, so I'm sorry if I'm gonna be extremely awkward. Um, but hello, welcome. I'm so pleased to have you. My name is Gabby, if you knew, but hopefully not. Please let me know in the comments who's here so I can chat to you and not feel super awkward. Um, but yeah, I wanted to do some reading sprints. I'm sick, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm not having a social life. So I thought, why not hang out with you? Mostly read because my throat hurts and have a lot of fun because I've been loving reading sprints lately so much. So, hello, Tufty. Welcome. Ahoy there. I am reading Fire of the Four tonight. I started last Saturday thinking I would read 100 pages a day and be finished by Wednesday, Thursday. 100 pages a day is really good. I have to force myself a little bit to do 100 pages a day, unless I'm in the mood for it. So good luck. Fire of the Four I have never heard of that. Today is obviously no Friday, and I have my 50%. So great. Awesome. See, because what I'm reading is Lock Cleanse by Robert Jackson Bennett. And I have like 3.5 hours left of my book, so we can both together try to read that. Hello. Also, super awkward. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for being here, not making me feel like an idiot. I have to make lots of progress this weekend to keep on track with my Once Upon a Readathon reading plan. Yeah, readathons are hard, you know. You can try your best, but you just never know how it's gonna go. I've been really in a reading mood, which is great to see. But I've also been sick, so I have brain fog. So it's kind of like I'm trying my best, you know. Uh Ewald? I'm sorry if I'm saying that weird. What are you reading? I have done either 0 or 20 or 300. That's the thing though. If you're like really into it, I can read all day. But you know when you're like just not feeling it. So I really feel you. Don't say too much about Lock Cleanse unless you love it. It's no spoilers, of course. It has really picked up and I've been really enjoying it this morning. I've been like reading before work and I'm like, oh my god, I want it to be like 6:30 so I can come hang out here and read it with you. But yeah. How's everyone's week been? Everyone as glad that it's the weekend as me, or is that like just me? I feel like there's always like a bit of a delay when I see the comments, so it feels a bit awkward. Mm. Well, hello there. It is a Dutch title, but it translates to the most beautiful Surinamese myths and tales. Love it. That's beautiful. It's trying to keep up with booktube of the evenings that has knackered my reading. I am always finishing the evening with 3 hours remaining to watch. I just gave up. You can never actually watch everything. So sometimes I will watch for like hours on end, and sometimes not at all, and that's fine, you know. But I did miss like 4 or 5 videos from Books and Lala, so I've just been watching those like obsessed because normally I'm up to date, but I don't know. I went for a bad week or something. Okay. And is anyone else reading anything? I like to keep up to date. I follow about 40 books. You are very methodological. Is that a word? You know, when you're very have a method. So I feel like you would be like, this is my watch list. I will watch all of them and I'll be like on time, whereas I'm chaos. Well, hello. Hello, I am behind in my readathon. Knock It Out-a-thon. I love that name. I'm trying to finish the short story collection Kitty's Greatest Hits and Moon Witch Spider King. That sounds like such a cool book. Is it a fantasy? I mean, maybe I assume so, but that sounds amazing. Hopefully, you can finish it with us. We're all trying to finish a book today. Well, all me, Tafty, and you are all trying to finish a book today. I should also get to Lachlan soon, but who knows? Yes, you only have a week. Well, not only like 8 days. I feel like that's good. I need to start a Gaslamp romance story next week, not my usual. Interesting. Please tell me how that goes, because that does not strike me as your thing. What does Gaslamp romance mean? Like a historical one? Is it like historical pre-electricity? What does it mean? Moonwitch Spider King has been called the African Game of Thrones. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna add this to my TBR. Are you enjoying it? Is it good? Because if you say no, then maybe I shouldn't. That's some hefty rap. Moonwitch. Oh yes, I have. Okay, I know which book you're talking about. I have seen this. Black Leopard, Red Wolf is book one, isn't it? I've been wanting to read this, but it's intimidating how big it is, and you know, but I put it on my TBR. You're quite correct about me being methodological. I'm glad you understood what I was trying to say, despite me not being very good. The last one I did in 2 days, but the Efteling meetup is happening. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that for you and the fact that you can go. I only realized very recently, I was like, oh, that's very far. So, but I'm so happy for you. I think you're gonna have so much fun. It's not an easy read, lol, so I have to put it down a time or two. Fair enough. I love the first one, Black Leopard, Red Wolf. Is it a duology or is it like a longer series? It's called The 13th Hour by Trudy Skies and is part of my SFFBO reading. Again, you're correct. I wouldn't normally pick this up. I know you quite well by now. Not gonna lie, it's intimidating, but it's worth it. I'm gonna read it in 2023. I am gonna do it. My really good friend has a trilogy. Okay. My really good friend bought the first book and I keep wanting her to read it so I can know whether it's good. But she's been very slow. The 13th Hour is the first book in the Cruel Gods series, a Gaslamp fantasy featuring magical portals, gothic cosmic deities, quaint Britishisms, and steampunk vibes. That sounds so good. That sounds so good. The 13th Hour. See, I should not have done this. I'm just going to keep adding things to my TBR, so thank you for that. Thirteen. Ooh, looks dramatic. Love it. Well, let me know how you like it, despite the fact that it's not usually your thing. All right, so when we read, how long do you want to go for? Do you want to go 45? That's what I was thinking for our first one, but let me know what you think. Well, it sounds so good. I admit I am a little bit cautious of it, shall we say. We have slightly different tastes, I think. That's why. So ready for text then. 45 minutes? Okay, good. Good. Well, should we go now? Or do we want to chat about anything else you can think about what you want to chat about? Let me share my screen. Now, some people have it very pretty when they do streams and everything, and it's all like like nice tailored backgrounds. And I was trying to be like, I'm gonna be aesthetic too, and I'm gonna do that too. And then I realized you have to pay like $20, which is a lot. So I was a bit sad. So that's not gonna happen. So we don't have pretty backgrounds, but I did find a cool timer that has pretty music and colors. So actually you can tell me whether you can hear, but I think you can. All right. I'm highly amused that despite being so internet rando, you know my taste in books. I know, it's so funny, isn't it? Because it's like, yeah, we've never met. I've never even seen you. But I feel like you're my friend. I mean, you're so supportive and always commenting. And I feel like now people that comment like often, I know them now because they keep popping up and they'll like say some things. I'll remember it, and I'm like, oh yeah, you don't like that kind of book. That's not your thing. Fair enough. And I'm like, it's nice. It's very nice. I just make this big and pretty, and let's go. Hello. I feel like that was an abrupt end. All right. How did you do? I read about 40 pages, so pretty good. I'm 67% in. Still nearly 3 hours left though. It's getting good though. 26 pages of Lock Clans. Good job. Are you enjoying it at the beginning? I guess you're just started, but. So I'm reading all 10 of the SFBO 8 finalists at the moment. After I finish my current book, I'll have a read all 4 that I'm most interested in. There's a wee bit too much romance in the remainder. Fair enough. So what kind of books is it? I don't even know. This current book that I'm reading, Fire of the Forebears, has all sorted of talking animals along with centaurs, magic, swords, and magic abilities. So much fun. But I've not really synchronized with it, even by 50% mark, though I am fairly enjoying it. It says somewhere between 3 and a 4-star rating right now. I know what you mean. I feel like it took me a while to like get into this book as well. Having just started is the only reason I can keep track of the pages. Lol. I was just thinking, I was like, what page did I start? Because it's a Kindle as well. It's kind of hard to remember. 26 is good though. It's such a different vibe, isn't it? The first bit of the book. Tirava is your star rating up and down in your head as you read a book, or make up your mind only once you reach the end of the book? Interesting question. See, I don't even make up my mind when I reach the end of the book. I do sometimes think about it. I'm like, this book is like a 3-star. Like I feel very like meh about it. And usually by like 70% in, I've made up my mind almost. Subconsciously. And sometimes if it's a 5-star, I know as well. But you know how I do wrap-up videos? So sometimes I keep sharing my screen. I forgot. I can be big now. Sorry. Sometimes if I do my wrap-up and I'm literally talking and like I'll look what I put down and I'll be like, I disagree. Let's do this again. So I'll just like give it a different rating. Because sometimes if you let it like sit, it'll change. The truly sad thing about my current book is the author passed away. Oh no. At the end of May from a rare form of cancer. She'll never know how well her book does in the SFBO. That's really sad. 26. Holy crap. That's so sad. I disagree with my self-reference throughout books. Yep. I'll be like, I sometimes I feel really like I'm feeling really generous or like I feel bad giving something bad rating, but then I give it a couple days and I'm like, huh, 4 stars. Is it though? Is it really? And I hear it come out of my mouth when I tell you guys that 2 books that were definitely not the same quality or the same rating, and I'm like, nope. Oh yeah, it's her first book too. Oh, that's so sad. That's so young. Like, I'm 25, so that's so young. Is the book good though? I hope it is. I hope you're enjoying it. Well, you said you're not quite synced with it. 3 to 4 is not bad though. I'm currently building a list for a book haul next week. There are far too many interesting items on my list. I know. It's crazy. There's so many books to read, and like because I do that monthly like a list of books coming out, I always know what's coming up and I'm so excited. And I just love the shiny new thing and I feel like I never catch up with stuff. And it's just the backlist is endless. Like I just have a bunch of books in my house that I don't know when I will read. I have bought more books so far this year than in any other previous year, I think. All thanks to BookTube and the 40 odd channels that I now follow methodically. Oh, Jesus. Yes, I feel you. I have this year, I've been very good because I reconnected to my library. So I used to go to the library a lot when I was a kid. Then, since I've lived in England, I've been like using it a little bit, and then I was proper into it, really enjoyed my library, really loved the library I was next to, and then COVID hit, so I was like, oh, I don't want to like get library books. Also, the library was closed, and then I moved, so I didn't like. I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just buy it, and then now I go to the library, and it's amazing. Like sequel to Legendborn. I don't know if you remember, but I read it like 2 years ago now, and it just came out and my library had it and I put a request and it came 2 days later. I'm so like happy and privileged about my library. It's amazing. But it's like a brand newly released 2 days. I'm so excited. It's one of your catchphrases. You know what it is? It is. And I'm sometimes editing my videos. I'm like, can you say something new? Can you contribute to good conversation? I was a library boy too. I mean, it's nothing like the library. I loved it. And like I lived like 5 minutes away from my primary school. So next to the primary school, it was a kindergarten or like the preschool or whatever. And that's where the library was. And it was like not a huge library in like middle of no like I'm from a very small town. But the library was the best. I would go there every single day. I would pick up new books, then read them, then go back. And it's like the librarian knew me like so well. Like would save books for me. It was great. There was a bigger library that was like all the way other side of town, so I had to like take my bike, but it's still like the librarians pretty much knew me there as well. Why change something from the classic lol to me my I'm excited, or is this something else? It is my catchphrase. I shall now own it. Well, I'm glad other people noticed too. Oh god, so warm. I was like, it's too cold in my room. Let me have this like super warm water bottle, you know, when you put hot water. And now I'm red because it's so warm, but I love it. At least I don't pay for heating. I'm old enough now that I've been collecting books for a few years, so I have sufficient unread books on my shelves that I don't need to visit a true library anymore. You've got your own library. That's amazing. I mean, that is the dream, but I don't have the space for it. Like money is one thing, but my dream is to have like a room that I can just put my bookshelves in and like a really nice like couch or something and just like have it as my reading room and my filming room. One day when I'm rich, I swear to God, that's what I'm doing. That's what every booktuber is like. When I'm rich, or some people now, because they're just love the space, is I just want to have a library and that's it. Oh man. Did you guys like the video with the music? Because I don't know how I felt about it. Made me want to sleep a little bit. Do you prefer like just like random sounds when it's kind of like ASMR, it's like rain or something? Like I want you to enjoy this, so let me know. I have a room. It is full of bookshelves and it is nearly full. You're living the dream, sir. Amazing. So jealous. I have one bookshelf that's almost full, and I have one book cart that's a mess, and I don't even want to look at it. I can't buy any of these super special editions because I can't fit them in. It's you know what? They're usually bigger. It's I bought Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri, like a special Illumicrate edition, and it's so big. And I did really want to buy that edition, but I panicked because she was signing books at a convention. I was like, oh my god, now I really I need this book so she can sign it because I love her. And it's so big and it looks so ridiculously big on my shelf. And then I went to Waterstones and the normal book is like this thick. Why is it so big? It doesn't need to be. It just takes up all this space. I could have like 3 books. I mean, first world problems, but you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know. What do you want for our next timer? Time-wise and like vibe-wise. Because I always play music anyway. I quite like it. May I confess that I don't watch when you have the timer on? It seems a bit weird to be watching Fox in the room, so I got our Apple Music on instead. So I had the whole music you had. Fair play. That's fair enough. I think I like sharing the screen because then I'm small because I feel really awkward when I'm doing this. Me and watching other people, and they're like big, but they're just like chilling in their room, and you're like, this is weird. So, but I really like playing music as well. But let's try to find something else, like exciting. There's November Jazz and it's also live. Exciting. Should we do like 40 minutes? Oh, hello, Sasha. Sorry, I thought you were gone, so I didn't say hi properly. I enjoy and the music and ASMR and the weather sounds. I love it when you put weather sounds for you. I just think it sounds so cozy. Let's I wonder if you can get a timer with weather sounds. You can. A thunderstorm, rain and ambient music, forest, waterfall. Guys, we have so many options. So many. How do you feel having people watching you? It's a little awkward. I'm always a bit conscious, but then I realize, when I'm watching, I'm not like looking at people judging them or like I don't mind and like I don't stare at them or just do my thing. So I'm like, you know what? Other people are kind as well, so don't worry. Depends on the book. Right now is it audiobook time, so I don't listen to music. Fair play. Let's have some rain sounds for the next one so that we can relax. Maybe a thunderstorm's a bit intense. So how long do you want? 45 minutes, okay? I just got to an interesting part, so I'm ready to read. I'm going to take your silence as yes, 45 minutes sounds good. 45. Tufty has spoken. By the way, do I say it right? Is it Tufty? I'm assuming it's not your real name, but. Mm. All right. Sorry. All right. Should we go for 45? And remember what page you're on so you can tell me where you got, or if you're not reading, or audiobook, how much of the audiobook you got as well. All right, let's do this. Hello. That was one dodgy timer. What was up with that? Why is the music in and out? I am in a very interesting part of my book, and I don't want to stop, but I will for you guys. And I read about 50 pages, so pretty good. And how did you do? I want to hear. And okay, how did you do and how are you enjoying it? I think that's what we want to know. By we, I mean me. I feel like there's new people too, so let me know what you are reading if you also want to tell me how you're enjoying it. Ooh, big action scene on my book, and I too don't wish to stop. Damn it! 5 more minutes. I'm at that point again where I don't keep track of my pages. Fair play. Are you at least enjoying it? Are you still reading Lachlan's? I'm now. Oop, I am 75% into Lachlan's, so 2 hours 9 minutes left, according to Kindle, and it's good. 50 pages. I read about 5. Surely you've read more than 5. Or maybe you were doing something else. That's fair play too. I am, but I am still at the start. That's good. At least you're enjoying it a little. In the start was a bit jarring, but I think it's really looking good. So you have something to look forward to. My book has a prison break scene with a girl's centaurs being broken out. Very cool. Very cool. My book also had a prison break scene, kind of. And it was pretty cool. And no spoilers, of course. Okay. I want to not a shitty timer this time. So I'm going to look for that and you all can talk. Ooh, there's one that has 9. See, I always go to comments because I like, if something goes wrong in the video, I like to be like, is anyone else is seeing this? And only 2 comments and no one's mentioning it. So I don't know what that's about. Ooh, I did find one that's like 45 minutes with rain sounds. Sounds good. Ah, ads. Okay. So when I watch your TV show, I tend to take notes as I go. I do the same when I'm sprinting. I make notes of thoughts. See, that's okay. Fair enough. So that takes you a little bit longer to read. Whereas I'm just like, what? I don't remember half of this. What? And it's just like so much fun. This is me swiping on my Kindle. I don't know if that made sense. Ah. What's everyone else doing? Oh, I don't want the timer so I didn't notice any issues. The music kept going in and out. It's really like taking me out. Yes, I'm clearly easily distracted and pick up my iPad frequently. See, same. But this is what, well, I guess if you're doing notes on your iPad, then you kind of have to. Because normally I'm so bad, just like picking up my phone and just being like, oh, what's happening on Twitter? What kind of what kind of world-ending disaster is happening on Twitter right now? Whereas I'm doing sprints, I'm like, okay, this is me time. I'm reading. I'm enjoying. I am focusing. So, to be fair, this is 50 like Kindle pages, so I don't actually know how accurate that is. or 50 pages, what they claim it is. But again, I don't know how accurate. So it's probably more like 40. But I start reading really fast when I get excited because my eyes just kind of skip to like all the good parts. Well, let's talk about Twitter. Oh my God. I had a little like, should I delete everything? Because they were like, oh my God, there's like no people doing security at Twitter and you can get hacked. And I was like, I can't get hacked because my Google account's connected to Twitter and I don't know how to disconnect it because I made it with my Google account. But yeah, it's a funny place. Very funny. When my eyes often skip to the very end of a chapter when I get to the last 2 pages. My eyes skip to the dialogue. So whenever I'm reading, if there's like a lot of like I'll just skip to the dialogue. My eyes just go there first, and sometimes I will read the dialogue and then go back and read everything else because I'm like I do care about all those nonverbal cues and all of that are being described, but I just want to know what's happening, especially if it's like a tense scene or an emotional scene or if like they're fighting or something. I'm like, I just want to know what they said. So I have many times gone back to read the other parts because I was like, oh, dialogue. Ah, how do we feel about going again since we're all having very interesting bits in our books? And do you want it shorter? Do you want it longer? Do you want the same? What kind of timer do you want? Yes, especially when there is a bit of shouting at the end, like in the Founders Trilogy quite often. Very true. And Founders Trilogy is funny because so much is happening, like nonverbal. It's like talking, but not out loud. So they have those special like those thingies, and it's just like all in italics, and I'm just like, ooh. Sure, same is good. All right, let's do it then. I have another timer with Rain. I am now on a mission to find a good timer with Rain, and hopefully I will not be disappointed. Okie dokie, let's. I like it to end at a neat time, like a half hour, so I can remember when to come back into the stream. That's true too. I'm bad at math. But you should be alright because it's 34, so I'll waffle for a minute and then it'll be 45. And 5 plus 5 equals 10, which is pretty numbers. I'm like that too. Alright. Look at us having what is it called? Oh, never mind. Anyway, it's 35. So let's go. No. Well, that I say that and then I mess up. Okay. Let's go. Oh god, I hope it doesn't beep the whole time. Okay, there you go.
Hello. All right. Okay, I really like that one timer. So I know you guys don't mind, but that's what I liked. Anyway, our third reading sprint. How did you do? I wrote 50, 49, 50 pages. I love that you could see the gears turning in my mind, trying to do the math. 83% in, and it's really good. Half of my book has been an adventure to recover something lost, reunited as the timer ends, so I need to get back to it. See, what I'm hearing is your book is actually pretty good because you keep wanting to get back to it, which is great because that means, you care, and that's important. Um, I'm glad to hear that you're liking it a bit more. Hopefully, that's me assuming. Um, what about anyone else? How'd you do? How was it? You reading? What are you doing? I don't know about pages, but I'm at chapter 4. Nice one. How's the audiobook? I've not tried the audiobook for this series. I'm curious to hear. I'm on chapter 44. Twinsies.
That's what I meant by not being fully synchronized with it. Oh, I missed something. Things are kicking off, but I don't entirely understand some parts of it. Okay, I see. Well, is it meant to be vague or is it just not explained that well? Ooh, interesting question. How do you folks do your audiobooks? Is that another subscription service? So I use Script. I don't know if you've heard of Script, but it is a subscription service. It's about £10 a month, and you get pretty much unlimited books. I mean, depends how many you listen to. I think when I was listening like 4, 5, 6 audiobooks a month, I started getting restricted into what I could listen to. Um, Otherwise, I think it's quite worth it because Audible's like more or the same, but you only get one. Otherwise, I also have Libby. So Libby is really cool because you can connect it to your library account and get books for free. So if your library has it, you can like take a hold on it, take it out, and you get it for like 2 weeks or something. So that's really cool. I used Libby a lot at first, but not so much lately because I have Script. Um, Script's having some kind of playback issues sometimes, like recently, so that's been a little annoying, but I do like it a lot. The audiobook is pretty good. It is certainly helping with quicker reading pace. That's really good. That's good to hear. It has lots of strange words like Fonfer and Fidelis, and I don't know if it's a race, religion, or characteristic. Yeah, it's hard if there's no what do you call those? Glossary? It's hard if there's no glossary because I feel like then you're kind of like, what does this mean? Sometimes it's well explained within the text and you don't need it, but sometimes it's not. I am unfamiliar with Libby, but I don't even know where my nearest library is. Well, to be fair, you can sign up online, and as long as you have your library, like your library must participate. But I think you live in England, and I think like all the London ones do participate. Um, Having seen the Wild Sasha do a live stream crossover here earlier, I popped very briefly across to her working on project things for patrons, but I felt awkward, so I left them to it. Fair enough. Well, they like doing. I am a patron. I didn't see there was a live show today. Didn't realize I'd be competing. Um, I love Sasha's live streams. They're always so much fun. Fidelis is Latin. It means faith, but I don't know in the context of the book. That is some obscure knowledge, and I respect you a lot for knowing that. Do you speak Latin? Are you one of those cool people? Dark academia. These booktube live stream events still feel very new to me, despite me being a fairly regular visitor amongst a few of yours. I do think it's kind of maybe like not a new thing, but like it's getting way more popular to have so many live streams. I've been quite into watching them recently, whereas before I wasn't so much. Um, and I think it's just kind of nice to hang out. Like I really like live shows when I hang out with people. This is my first solo one, and I'm enjoying it because you're talking to me, but otherwise it'd be a bit weird. Um, but I really like the ones where you can talk to people. It's so much fun. It's just like having a video call with your friends. They still feel like really odd things to join in on. I don't tend to drift in too many of them and prefer the ones where the hosts will recognize me. Yes, I feel you. I I will explain once I finish reading your stuff. It feels very much like turning up to a new club where everybody knows each other and looks up at the stranger walking in through the front door for the first time. I imagine it took a lot of courage and normally use a different man word there to start doing video episodes, but it must take truly enormous reserves to stream yourself live. I do think so. I do think so. Like, I know what you mean about joining people's live shows. I don't really. So I've been trying to like do some more reading sprints, and not always people that I follow are doing sprints when I feel like doing it. And it's a bit weird if I don't watch the person. So, like, one thing is that when they know everyone else and they don't know me. And another thing is, like, if I don't know them, it's a bit harder. Um, but yeah, I mean, it did take a lot of courage. I mean, when I started, I want to say that was like 3 years ago now, or at least 2.5. So I was like 22, 23. And I don't know, it gave me so many skills, in terms of, like, public speaking. I know it's not like normal public speaking, but just being more comfortable. I think, like, it gave me so much, honestly. Like, it's weird, but, like, for my job interviews, it's been amazing because I present myself completely differently and I feel way more comfortable. And, I felt really anxious about the stream and I was, like, gonna cancel. Um, but because you came here and you all came here and everyone else came here and is talking to me, and I feel like that makes me way more comfortable. How did you learn to do it? Which hardware or softwares to use, the overlays for incorporating the chat into the streams, etc.? Try and error via a mentor. I would say try and error. I saw people use. I use StreamYard. You can see in the top. Um, it's like you can now do it for YouTube though. Um, like set up live streams where people can join, but I don't think you used to be able to do it. So yeah, I just kind of trial and error, and honestly, like, I do marketing, right? So it's so good for my job in terms of, like, learning how to do this kind of stuff, learning social media, learning video editing, graphic design. Amazing for my career, and, like, I'm only 2 years into it as well. Um, so I wouldn't say a mentor, although I do something about, like, Sasha, for example, has so much more experience as well because she's been longer here and she's a bit bigger than me as well. So it's very useful asking. No, I just know certain words in Latin. That's still very, very impressive. Fantastic for job interviews. Yes, skills. Yes, transferable skills. And useful for the job as well. What a massive bonus. It is, honestly. Like, sometimes I'm like, should I just, like, quit or whatever? Because, like, it took a really long time to, like, grow, and still, like, I feel like not that many people actually watch my videos, but I have so much fun doing it and I learned so much and I think it's worth it. Yeah, so I really like it. And I've been feeling my passion for reading come back because I had, like, a couple months when I was like, meh. So that makes me very happy. I would want to, like, figure out what kind of, like, videos people enjoy the most and what I could do um to, like, make sure people enjoy it. But weirdly, like, always the most popular videos are single, not always, but consistently the most, like, all the most popular videos on my channel are single book reviews, and I do love making those. I think they're really nice because I can really think about something and a book and a story and how it's working. um but I really do like reading vlogs. I think they're so much fun, if I don't do too many of them because they're really bitch to edit. um so yeah, I want to, like, crack the code on what makes a good vlog because I don't think I have. Booktuber Booktube has increased my reading interest, especially this year. Yes, that's how I feel finding Booktube for the first time. So that was 7 years ago. Like, I watched OG Booktubers, like, way back when, and that after a period of, like, not really reading as much, from when I was a kid to, like, maybe like a teen, that just, like, got me so much back into reading. And I think Booktube now is just, like, so much more diversity in terms of what people are reading and talking about. Because, like, back then it was just Cassandra Clare and, all the very popular authors. So I think that's makes it really fun. I mentioned earlier about buying more books this year, and it's because of Booktube. Yep. I like reading vlogs the most, along with TBRs and wrap-ups. It's interesting to hear what booktubers like to make compared to what I enjoy watching. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things, because it's such a balance, because I really like making vlogs, but sometimes they'll get like 14 views, and I would have spent hours. Like, no, don't forget that I had to read like 3, 4, 5 books for it. But I probably will have like 2 hours of footage, or maybe an hour and a half, and then make like an hour vlog. Like that takes a long time. Like an hour-long video, at least 2, 3 hours to edit. So it's a lot of time. So that's why I decided I will make like one a month, because I like it. So I miss not doing it, because I feel like that's when you can talk to people really casually. Because if I'm making a video and talking about a book, I feel awkward like talking about my life or something. Like, you don't care. You just came here to hear about the book. Whereas the vlog, you can like chat about what you're doing, or how you're feeling, and have a well, never mind myself ejecting myself from this. I'm so good at this. How is there not like another button to confirm you want to leave? Anyway, I'm back. You appeared on my YouTube recommendations list after I watched a booktuber who appeared in my subscription after taking a 4-year break. I didn't recognize her. Watch her. YouTube suggested you. YouTube doing Lord's work. I am so glad you found my channel. Like, I have a couple people that like, I'm just so happy. Yes, I am back. I don't know what the hell just happened. I was like playing with my finger and just like clicked the wrong thing. I'm a professional, can you tell? Oh god. I feel like I'm talking at it's so weird. I'm just talking at you. I'm like, just shut up, no one cares. But clearly we're having like conversations. I came across you through a crossover stream. Nice. Was it from Sasha? Oh, Femke. Or maybe Kira. I feel like you follow Sasha as well, so probably. Honestly, like the day, so how I met, like not met, we've like spoken maybe once before, but not properly. How I got like the book club together with like Sasha and Femke and Kira was like just tweeting out like, hey, I want to read this series. Does anyone want to read it with me? The best freaking thing I did, because now I have friends that I love chatting to, and we read all these books together. We've been doing it for like a year, which is crazy. And like I love them so much. And it's just like the best thing I did. And I was so scared to do it, because I was like, no one will want you. No one want to hang out with you. No one want to talk to you. And then like Sasha, who's like, I was like 200 people at that point or something like that. And then she was like, so much bigger than me. And she was like, oh yeah, I'd love to do it with you. I'm like, I love it. Yes, Sasha and Famke. Love them both. Love Kira as well. It's just like, I'm so lucky I did that. Eric, it was nice regular folks in the chat now. Yes, exactly. And that's what's so much fun. I like hearing these origin stories, how things came to be. I know. I think sometimes I beat myself up, or like I don't want to do stuff because I'm not shy, but a little shy and like doubting myself. And then I'm like, you know what? Hitting up people I don't know on the internet and asking them to do stuff with me has been like the best thing ever. So I'm very excited about next year, what we're gonna read and what you guys gonna read with us, hopefully. Oh no, I typed you all's name wrong. For shame. It is. It is for shame. It's a beautiful name. My talking has lost us a couple people, but you know what? The OGs are here. All right. How do you feel? Do you want to go for one more? I probably can only do one more because I'm tired and I should be sleeping because I'm sick. So how about we go for 45 minutes more? Are you guys up for that? Is that gonna help anyone? I'm not gonna finish my book with 45 minutes, but that's okay. Because it's nearly like 10 already. Where's the time gone? Okay. All right. Let's do it. One more if we can last this long. It's because of you. I'm having too much fun. All right. Let's do it. I'm gonna use the same tab because it was nice. All right. Hello. Once again, we stopped when it was very good, but how did you do? I am nearly at chapter 55, which is 90% in, and I kind of have no clue how much I read. So one group of centaurs just joined some other group and had some male bonding cuffs, if you know what I mean. No, me neither. Oh god. Sounds messy, this book. What is even happening? I stopped at chapter 8. Fair enough. Hopefully you're still enjoying it. I'm at 60% into my book. I went maybe 50 pages in total. Wow, good job. You did really well. I know that the notes took a while, but 60% is good. It's a horse hoof play on fisticuffs. I shall not comment on that. I hope you had fun though. I really hope you enjoyed. I don't know what time it is for you, but I am probably still gonna finish this, but I need like a proper break without my screen looking at me. Some parts I synchronize with, but the centaur lore, not so much. Hello, Judith. So pleasure to have you. Unfortunately, it was the last sprint because been going for 4 hours. My God. I hope you're having a nice and relaxing evening, though. Yeah, game over for me too. Yeah, I need to turn off all the lights because my eyes are hurting. um, any exciting plans for the weekend, anyone? I am going to see Wicked the musical tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. Come on, tell me your plans. I participated in the last 15 minutes, so thank you for the short sprint and have fun with the musical. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. No plans here. Nice and relaxing, hopefully. Exciting plans are my things, so probably doing very little. Plan my next book haul, I suspect. That sounds fun. I'm going to watch Christmas movies and read. That sounds amazing. What Christmas movie are you planning on watching? My favorite Christmas movie is The Holiday. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet and Jack Black and my one and only Jude Law. And it's a great movie. Same. Yeah, well, I'm meant to go to dinner as well with my family, but I'm quite sick, so we'll see how that goes. All right. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. Unless you have anything you wanted to share, I really, 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 really appreciate all of you being here. Thank you so much. Tafty, Judith, Ewald. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. I'll wait for you to say bye because I feel rude leaving. I love The Holiday. Yes, not too sure yet. Fair enough. Anna and the Apocalypse, Gremlins, Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, I've never watched A Nightmare Before Christmas yet. I do want to. And Jingle Jangle. To be fair, I've watched none of these, but they will be on my list for sure. Good night. Over and out. Good night. Thank you so much again. I'll hopefully see you soon and have a lovely weekend. Bye.